Welcome, Wes de Vries, Kijos, Arnold, and Mel. Good to see everyone. Let me very quickly get something to drink, and then some people can join, and then we can get started. So, sorry for the little delay, but we are still here. With a flat tire. No, luckily not. Yeah, the gym session was too good, so it went a bit longer. And I can walk to the gym, so that's I can get a flat tire, which is a good thing. Welcome, Dylan as well, Rice Baby, Matt, Merlin, and Lisa. Very good to see everyone. Let's see, first question: do you trade FX? I do trade it. I have traded it, but currently it's not on my watch list. I like to focus my attention on a few coins, which are now mainly like BTC as the main one, and then Hype, Tao, Ethereum, and Solana as the crypto charts, and commodities, oil, and gold, and the S&P. And that's basically everything. I like them for some reason more than FX. And I also, I don't want to have too many coins on my watch list because then it gets too much for my mind, and then I feel like always lacking behind. So I try to limit my focus on just a few. And that's also more than enough because only on Bitcoin itself, there are too many opportunities that I already miss out on a lot of trades simply because I am not behind the screen the whole day, obviously. Which in the past I did, but that it does not help to be behind the screen all day. So I try to limit it to as much as possible. Okay, so let's dive into BTC. As always, if anyone has any questions, just ask them in the chat, and then I will answer it. And if the sound for some reason falls out again, let me know in the chat as well. Then we just go over in the Discord again. So for BTC, if we zoom out, we had basically this local uptrend from the where we had the move down, basically here, lower high, and then we SFP'd the low. Again, SFP, they are so wonderful. And that changed the structure back to bullish. And since then, we basically have been in this uptrend with higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So basically, the current high is the higher high. So we have a local bullish trend, which can still be like the retrace here can be here, high low. But since we have a bullish structure, you can also pull back all the way into here for a higher low, for a higher high. So a thing to do always, you can like see how deep can the pullback be. Then if you pull your low range from low to high and put on the fib, I use the 7.2 and the 7.8. Then you can see like till here is often what BTC likes to do if it gives a deep retrace. Much deeper than that, yeah, that's not really good. So we have the local uptrend, and we have a higher time frame downtrend, which basically, let's clean it up. It's basically a bearish trend from the top up, which is this high, low, lower high, lower low. So this is a high time frame range pool, and we can see that price is struggling to break above it or reject from it. So we have multiple wicks to the upside, which shows that sellers are stepping in here to push price lower. But simultaneously, we have a lot of wicks to the downside as well. So we also have buyers stepping in, trying to push price higher. So there's definitely a battle going on here between the local uptrend trying to push price higher and the main bearish trend trying to withdraw price lower. So if a local uptrend, we have this bearish trend, and we also have like the range play, where this was our deviation, and this is basically our range high level with supply. So if we look at it from a pure range perspective, then this could be also a retest of the range high before going lower again. Kind of like a model 1 going over into a model 2. So definitely super interesting price action. And now the question is like, what is it gonna be? So the main PYs I currently have is like to see if this was a model 1 distribution. If that is the case, then this push up could be, should be end up in a model 2. Otherwise, it's like that we push higher. But locally, we also had this 3 drive lower. And then yesterday we had that model 1 going into the model 2, where we missed our entry. Very unfortunate, because we had the, what was it? Extreme demand on the, on the 15 minutes. I had marked out this extreme demand as our POI to see the reaction. And then on the low time frame, we had the, let's go to the 30 second. Let's close off some charts before it gets laggy. And yesterday price came into the demand, which was basically here. And let's clean this up. And we can see that we had the low, high, low, lower high, lower low, aka a low time frame model 1, which just shows absorption. This is like absorption. And then internally, we broke structure back to bullish right here. So this was like the first signal for potential longs, bullish buzz. And then like the more significant break of structure was, let's see, did we have 5-minute structure? Am I still there? Yeah, we did not have really 5-minute structure. When you put it here, then it's a bit easier to showcase it. But on the 3-minute, and you will always have to be very, very careful if you are on the low time frame. But if you are in a high probability POI, so this was like extreme demand. So that's an area where you are at an extreme point of demand. So either you get a reaction or not. So then you can look for lower time frame triggers. And if you then get like the 3 drives and then the breaker structures. So this was the first breaker structure. This was the more significant breaker structure. Then this was during the live when price pushed higher. And then I said like, okay, if we get a back test of this range demand, this whole zone, then I'm super, super, super interested in longs from there. Getting in there, stop loss, the third tap of that model 1 accumulation, and then target basically the opposite side of the range, because that was the target of the model 2. So that would have been like a 6.5 R. And that looked pretty good. So I was waiting for that retest. And then we got this. where we it was like a front run of like the low was like 79 and 78. It was less than $100 difference, or else we would have tapped in. So this was a nasty miss. But what was most beautiful to me is to just spot the very low time frame model, and that is literally the reversal of the trend. So I missed this one, and then later when I was watching the chart, we did the exact opposite where I took the short. Let me see where that was. Yeah, that was here. So also here I was like on the low time frame. Here, range high, range low. And again, on the low time frame, you have to be super careful with it, because you don't want to go against a trend if you are in an uptrend. If you then always look to short it, then you're gonna get burned very badly. But I saw that on the order flow, a lot of longs were aping in, like a lot of positive delta. And then here we had super clean 1, 2, 3. And then here price even came back for the extreme liquidity, giving the exact opposite of what we had at the bottom. So here we have a model 1 going over into model 2 distribution. And here we had a model 1, 1, 2, 3. And like here, I'm not sure if this extreme demand was tapped. Yeah, like a very slight front run, but also can be seen like a model 1 into model 2, where this was the technically extreme liquidity grab as well. And it just showcases like how the market works. It's super clean. So I took the short here. I believe, where was it? Here, and I gave the stop a little bit of room for error. Targeted here. I gave it some more room. It was like a 2.9 R. And then it hit the range low target before reversing back up. And even if you watch this, like what did price do? We went from model 1 into model 2. This is the range low. This is step 2. This is step 3. Your bearish structure, I totally missed this because at this point I was not behind the screen anymore. But here you basically flow over from a model 1 in a model 2 distribution over into a model 1 accumulation again, where this is your break. So this could have been a long entry as well, back to the high, and then with continuation. See, yeah. Now you see the models happen everywhere. You just have to see, know where to look.
Goedemiddag. Hoe kan ik je van dienst zijn?
Serious talk. Let's see, Dylan, do you wait for the internal boss on the retest as well? Or just a tap since you already got the main boss? No, I would have waited for the, like on this one, right? If we get a tap into it, then preferably I would have seen like cleanest would be this, like a move into it, break of structure, and then get in. But since you already have the main boss, if you get like a move in and then a buyback, then that buyback already would have been enough for me to get in. But you want to see like at least a reaction from it. So either like best case is always a structure confirmation, but you do not always get it exactly as you want. Like this is textbook. But since you already have the main boss, you already know that this low is basically protected, especially since you have a local Wyckoff model. Then if you tap into it and you see buyers step in, then you can also enter like here and use that as your stop loss. What you don't want to do is like you see price go into it and then blindly enter, because what can also happen is that you just get a fake break and then nuke lower. You want to see something of a reaction. Keyjill, so basically thanks to the mosquitoes you got a kill. No, this was yesterday, that short. The mosquito, the overnight short, ended up in a very small win. Like this was yesterday after session, and the mosquito was overnight. The mosquito trade. That was around here. So I took out some here after we mitigated demand, and the rest got stopped at break even. So a tiny win. Since we tapped into, what was it? This demand, here I took some profits. After we mitigated this demand right here. And right now we are pushing higher, so it's going to be very interesting what price wants to do. Let's see if we have something in this wick where we potentially can get a reaction from. Let's see if there's supply in that leg. No, not really. Yeah, like if you gonna look for the extreme, then you have here a supply with imbalance. So then I would include the imbalance together with it. And it would also be like a wick fill. So that's the last POI I would look for potentially a new short. To play the model 1 into a model 2. Let's see that wick. Like we know that these wicks like to be filled at least for 50%. So the 50% wick fill is right here. Fib 0.5. Right there. So that's an area where I'm potentially interested in shorts if we get into it. So we have 1, 2, 3, model 1 could potentially flow over into a model 2 if you break structure like this, and then target the range lows, and then potentially lower. If this confirms, then I would not be surprised if we get that deeper retrace into these levels during the weekend. So that's what I'm looking for. But I'm also not ruling out that we potentially make a new high, because we still have supply and we have also single prints. Let's see. Like we had that single prints right here, which I've been talking about since like last start of this week, to eventually fail. And then we got that move just front running it. And then I said, like, it's likely that price sooner or later will still take it. And that was why I was also expecting new weekly highs. But that last weekly high tapped out some of the single prints, but we still have some above. Plus that daily POC. So there is still a reason for price to make like a new high, fill the single prints into that supply as well. If that happens, then this model 1 is basically invalidated. And that is a pretty strong sign. So then I would not directly short the first move, but watch for maybe a new range. That this is step 1, step 2, and then step 3, and then short it, for example. So quite a lot of ways how this can play out. And let's see what we have. So based on the TPO, we have a few magnets, which is the single prints above. just above the current weekly high. The daily POC around 74, which aligns with that range high supply. So the supply right here. And to the downside, we have multiple levels. First one, this daily POC with weekly VWAP around 70.9. 70.9, which overlaps now with that demand zone where we wanted to enter yesterday, but got front run. That is right now 30-minute demand and also a daily POC. So price can come back for this demand where we wanted to enter yesterday. So maybe we still get the entry after all. But I'm only interested in a potential long again from here if we already go down. Then I might play it again, especially if we leave some liquidity behind. If we first go up, mitigate this, the weak supply and then that supply as well, then I'm not interested in the long, or at least depends how we move into it. But like if we go down now, I would look at it. So a lot of ways how we can play it. Mainly now, not interested in trading. Here, if we get a reaction, looking for shorts for the Model 2. And if we come back down right now, then potentially interested in longs from this level again. If we break the range, then looking for higher lows from here. Simply continuing that overall uptrend, high, higher low, potentially higher high. And if we make new highs, then this is a POI to look for shorts. So I don't have one clear scenario like this is gonna happen. We have to be reactive to what price will show us. But that's often what the market is. So let's see. We have, by the way, a pretty clean volume profile. So this range is developing nicely. Let's see if we have something locally. Like what I also showed in the post today is that often I want to wait for the delta to increase. And that is what we currently see. We have a lot of action. Yesterday, right here, where I took like the short based on the local distribution with a lot of positive delta. Then afterwards in that wick, we also got a lot of positive delta. Here we got a lot of negative delta. And it's just, there's a lot of action going on. So then you can execute nicely with expecting reactions. Like here, negative delta in the lows, here at the lows. That is way better environment, especially for scalp trades, instead of like you have also periods where nothing happens, like here. Here you can position yourself, but there's not a lot of other market participants that get in. So then you can get a lot of chop. But right now you see that people are taking pretty big positions, and that means volatility is good. So then you can trade it all ways. What do we have very locally? Well, like locally, maybe see this as a range with low, high, low, high, maybe tap 2. We are already in New York, yes. Let's see. Maybe you can scalp a bit. This is potential 1, 2, 3. Breaking internal structure. Back. No, it's not confirmed yet, but it's trying to break. And while doing it, price is creating supply. And this could be potentially a strong session high created during New York. Or, oh, New York is 10 minutes open. So yeah, then it's definitely, it's even a stronger pivot. This could potentially be a scalp trade. Gonna set an alert. Just like basically same as we always do. Local range, 1, 2, 3. Structure. Now we can see is the volume profile also lining. Yeah, we have a break back below the value area high. Currently at POC. Then you can watch to your FIB confluence with supply there, which is also the more refined supply. So then, like best case is again you get move into it with structure, break, get in, short. Could be a potential trade I'm interested in. Also because this could, like technically, if you look at what is extreme liquidity, then you have here's not a clean lower high. So then you have low, lower high, lower low. So here you SFP your lower high, your market structure level. So this is the SFP. So technical, like the expected order flow is that we SFP the local market structure high. So what becomes a target? This becomes a weak targeted level. So short from here could be the play, and it could turn into a potential deeper winner. So let's see what happens. Nice. Also open to either longs or shorts. I can only look at just one possibility. Yeah, it's very hard to. But as trader, it's super important to flip around. I also had like a lot of difficulty when I was looking for shorts. I was only looking for shorts, or then I was looking for longs. But yeah, you have to try to be so open-minded that you can see short, and then the moment your short gets stopped, for example, that you directly look at longs. Because often when your setup fails, for example, your short fails, then it's actually bullish. And then you have to flip your mind, like, oh, maybe I want to should get into longs. While often we want to take another short, to take revenge, and another short. Slatan. So green delta is buys, and red delta is sells, right? Yeah, delta are like market buys. So like green delta are market buys, and red delta is market sells. So it's like the delta is combined buying and selling, and then if it's more selling, then you have a lot of market selling or a lot of market buying. So often what you see at highs, for example here, is that there's a lot of market selling, and that then are often retail FOMOing in, or at the deep low, for example yesterday here, there was negative delta, which are either bottom sellers or longs getting liquidated, and then their long position turns into a forced sell. So then they get squeezed, and then they get a forced seller, which is then negative delta. Also in this week, also like a lot of buyers, a lot of positive delta, that are either breakout longers or like forced shorts getting stopped out. But if price does not go higher, then all these positions are trapped. So if you then go lower, they are trapped. If they close out their position, then you get like the snowball effect lower. Okay, I'm gonna wait for the alert. In the meantime, let's quickly look at Tao, for example, because Tao traded so cleanly and I missed out on super clean trades because of my own execution. But today, crazy. So yesterday, we basically had the range right here. Range low, range high, sweep of the range low, breakout. So this is not a deviation anymore, but a breakout, aka our swing structure. Low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, break. So this was the bullish break, bullish boss, confirming that we broke structure. And then this was the, like the model 2. So 1, 2, 3, model 2 accumulation with an internal break of structure right there. Let's clean it up. So that was the re-entry opportunity, but I never got tagged into my limit, unfortunately. Then here we had a 1 minute reaccumulation in this flip zone. Super, super clean. Could also have given an entry. And how did we top? High, low. Tap 1, tap 1, tap 2, tap 2. Like kind of a model 2 distribution, but like if this traded higher than that, then this was a model super clean model 2. Right now it are like equal highs. Like if this was a little higher, then you had extreme liquidity grab. Then this was a clean model 2 distribution with the fourth step right there. And then the crazy sell-off. Let's quickly look at BTC. Stepping into supply. I'm not entering, by the way. I will say if I enter, but like this is for now showing strength. So then I would just watch. That 3 drive looks like mark secure, not? Mm. Which 3 drive? Three drive higher? Like I see here a 3 drive. This is more structure need. right below that green box. Mm, 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 mm. The very low time frame, right below that green box. Accumulation. Tree drive. I don't know, maybe I'm blind. Or you mean this one? This is the model 1. I don't know, I have no idea actually. Below the green box, very low time frame. This model 2. That's not the 3 drive. Very low time frame. Yeah, send it in the chat, then I will check it. Oh, okay. Reaction. Let's watch what is happening. Look here. This is clean. One minute supply tagged. Now going down. We have. Oh, this is. I'm gonna look for shorts. Let me open Bitunix. We see perps buying, spot selling. That's the opposite of what you want to see. Mm, mm. To be safe, I would still go for that. This invalidation. Target is then main target is this low, which is 2.6. It's not bad. If you take this, remember, I'm not in yet. I will say if I enter. But this is scalping. So do not take the same risk as you do with swing trade. Because if you're waiting a week for a good swing trade, and you take this one, expect it to be a loss. And non-financial advice. Expect it to be a loss. Let's see. What is the 7 to 40, 40. If we form a lower high here, then I'm gonna take the trigger, I think. 7 to 44. Let's see. 7 to 44. I'm not entering yet. If I'm gonna enter, expect it to be a loss. And either it's free beers this Friday evening or no beers. But the good thing is I have a birthday, so I have free beer anyway. So if you want to have your beer, take it into consideration. Like we have divergence between spot selling, perps buying, longs opening, local supply here, potential model to I want to see a bit more weakness here. It has to happen from here. If we push higher than like this high, then I think we will potentially go for new highs. Pretty good wick on the 30. I don't know. Maybe price wants to go for that wick fill higher up. I'm gonna wait for now to see more weakness. We are pushing above the 786, so that's showing strength. Let's see what the chat is saying. Is it not a 50-minute SFP on BTC? To the downside. Yeah, to the downside it's an SFP right here. But here we also have like an SFP of this swing high. So a bit contradicting. That's why I'm not eager to step in. There's a 2-minute supply breaker block. No, I don't use breaker blocks that way. Only flip zones, like I talked about yesterday in Tahoe. Super clean supply, failing, turning into demand. Yeah, I can check VeChain for later. VeChain, I have a long history with VeChain. I was a VeChain millionaire back in the days. Not truly in dollar signs, but I almost had $1 million in VeChain. Which back then was a lot. But I lost everything. So it's the story of the crypto. Yeah, this looks strong. Let's see if it sweeps the highs. Otherwise, I think it may want to go for the wick film right here or here. And that are high probability setups. This had a potential for potential scalp, but you see how long I was looking for it and stuff. And then also it comes a bit down to experience, I think, to determine to enter or not to enter. This time I decided not to enter simply because it was not showing the weakness I wanted to see. Maybe new range. Funny thing about ranges is you can always redraw them. So eventually, like now you can watch. Maybe take out the high again. And then give a model. I'm not interested in the one. I was just looking at. Now gonna wait for sweep. Also because on the 30 that's pretty good buyback. So also shows that a lot of times, that's why the low time frame is so dangerous, because it can show you, it can trap you in wrong views. If you are only on a 1 minute, and I've been there, then you eventually zoom in more and more, and then you see this, and you think, oh shit, I'm missing the move. And you FOMO in, and then you enter again, and then you are long, and then you're short, and then before you know it, you lost 5 times in a row. And then you zoom out, and then you see that this was the price action. So it's low time frame. It's super dangerous. Not for most people, it's not good, but I love it. But after a lot of like maybe thousands of losses, so to take that into account. Let's see, back to Tao. What is it currently doing? I was watching this range, low, high, tap 2. The price rejected from the tap 2. So we can watch. I have liquidity here. So the model 1, not really interested. I'm not interested in trading Tao, by the way. I know my edge and whatnot. Only interested if this super high probability development. So either sweep the low or the high. Silver was, what is silver doing? Silver came into the supply for the potential model 1 into model 2. 1, 2, 3. With the third tab being a local model 2. Super clean. And here we have a local range where price swept the range low. So basically oh, it was actually a model 1. 1, 2, 3. Again, 3 drive. But now we are reaching the inflection point. So this, if the model 1 plays out, this should be the high. So you should not take that high out again, or the model failed, which is bullish. And then the price goes much higher. So also here you can watch from high to low your fib. Like price is currently at the fib, so you don't want to go much higher than the 786. But the highest probability outcome, which I shared this morning, is that you get a distribution model locally here, like this. And then you have third tab, this potentially be the model 2. And then you have super high probability short. However, as I also said with gold, chances are pretty big that we go into the weekly close with gold and silver both almost completing their models. See what gold is doing. And what's BTC? Yeah, BTC took the high. So good decision not to get in. No, gold is slower. For gold, still waiting for shorts right there. Or right there. Then oil. Going into the weekend, so oil can get interesting again. But it's pretty calm. It's also yeah, not a clean range, not a clean structure, so not anything I'm super interested in trading. We do have demand here, and you could potentially see it from this range, which if this gives you accumulation, can be a trade. But do we have something here? This tapped into some demand. 5-minute demand. But we also have demand here. This one got tapped. See local tree drive. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Is price trying to break structure here? Potentially. Then yeah, I can see it play out, but what I don't like here is that you have supply just above. So here you basically had like high, higher low, higher high, bearish break. So here you break internally back to bearish. Bearish, boss. So even if you flip structure here, could this be a 1, 2, 3 model? Like model, more like a tree drive. Break, but then you are in supply. Where you can still reject from. It's also not super high probability, so I'm not too interested in trading this. But I would not be surprised if this was the 1, 2, 3, come into supply, maybe come back for the extreme liquidity grab and then push to the range highs. Let's actually see, maybe we can get the reaction there. I need to quickly look at my telephone how late I'm expected at the party, because I'm talking here 1 minute. Okay. ES is looking good. If I have traded the pump leaks better for short. I would look at the 3 drive now and see, oh, there's a low time from 1, 2. Yeah, this can play out, but yeah, I don't like the supply above. Like this would be super clean. If the drawing, so we get to supply, then maybe come back for extreme liquidity, then break internal back to bullish, then enter stop loss, target, and it can actually turn into a runner because we have big gaps. And weekend is approaching, so oil can get volatile. Okay, BTC, I think it wants to go for that wick fill and supply. Interesting. So we had oil, gold, silver. What is ES doing? Crazy strength after that asset. How did we bottom, guys? How did we bottom? Low, high, low, low, lower high, SFP, break, nasty demand mitigation, front run, continue. Right now, where's price? Super strong. This is all like liquidity, so yeah. For a time, I really liked it on the low time frame especially, but now, I don't know, it looks like an illiquid shitcoin. Illiquid 1 minute shitcoin. So I'm not, not paying. I'm watching it from time to time since it's leading for risk assets. But yeah, a bit weird chart. Don't like it too much. Then besides that, quickly Hyperliquid. Yeah, just continuing higher. We had the perfect pre-planning with the 1, the 2, the model 1 into the demand, flipping back. Then I missed my entry right here. Could have entered here and on the local break, which was around here, stop at the SFP. It would have been a crazy runner, but missed, or at least I did not pull the trigger. And then the huge candles came, and afterwards it was hard to get along because it has basically, it front run this demand, and since then it has been a slow grind up. So it's always hard to enter because you don't have a clean invalidation. So it's a bit painful that I did not enter here locally. Would have been a crazy trade. And right now it's on its way to complete the 3 drive, with the target being the range high. So locally not super interesting to look at. ETH basically the same as this morning. Here at supply chain with demand below. And we still have the single prints resting here. So I think we eventually will go here. But locally, yeah, it's a bit stuck between levels. So also locally, like not super clean. BTC looks better, or like cleaner to trade to me. So then I just focus on BTC, which is pumping, I think. Yeah, so price going for that weak fill with aggressive buying. So then I already know, not interested in shorting it right away. And last one, Sol gave an internal model 2 and just front ran my alert. So 1, 2. I was looking for a model 1, but instead we got the model 2 and now the break above. And this looks pretty close to a breakout. Like here we have obvious trend line, tap 1, tap 2, tap 3. Often the 4th one is the real breakout. And now we had another wick. So it becomes more and more likely that you eventually get the break and then retest off to go. What I hope is to see a move here and then look for like entries here, or maybe like a model 1. But I doubt to get it. The only thing that could help is that we have this as the market structure high, and we do not have a break of that bearish structure. Instead we have an SFP. But if price goes above that wick, it looks like very compressing. So then you can get a breakout. But yeah, I'm not gonna enter here. Hopefully we get the move lower into like $80. That would be super clean. So yeah, observing it. And BTC strong. Let's see the chat. I have like 5 more minutes, then I have to go. unfortunately. Or, like, unfortunately. Sun is shining, so I'm gonna do a beer with friends. So that's also good. I hear you. This plan CL at retest will be great. Putting on arms against Friday, trim oil. That's yeah. The Orange Man probably gonna prepare himself again for some bullshit. What about Dodge? I can have a quick look at Dodge. I haven't looked at Dodge in a long time. Dodge. Hmm. Looks pretty dead. Crazy compression. Yeah, like what you have at the lows, kind of you sweep the low right there. Then again right here. Hmm. I don't know. Like almost often when I open a chart, I directly see if I like it or not. And this is a chart I don't like. I know what charts I'm good at trading, and that are like that's my watch list. And this is just very weird price action. Building liquidity on the lows. Also like some at the highs. It actually looks like some kind of a crocodile. I think it's weekend for me, guys. I have no idea. I don't like the chart. I think I'm gonna close it. I want to look at next time. Maybe I can look at Deutsch, but I can do a lot of things, but there will not be any value from it. I have no idea what this chart is. Looks dead to me. For BTC, plans are clear. For the other ones as well. I'm not gonna trade anymore today, but keep me up to date if you guys see something interesting. For now, a lot of aggression into this move, so I would be very careful with playing the Model 1 into Model 2. I think bigger chance we push higher into that supply, into the single prints here. And then I think that can take some time before you get like, or you need to stall here, show weakness, then it can still play out. But otherwise, I think maybe you get like a deeper move and then watch for new range right here before going on the short side. Would not be surprised if it just pushes higher. I think large price have potential distribution model on Dodge. Distribution model. Okay, silver showing a lot of strength, so be careful with the model. Distribution model on, I don't know where maybe locally. I don't see a distribution model. What I see more like locally is from the low up. local uptrend. At least not a distribution model. Not till you take out these highs, at least. Okay, last one to close it off. VeChain, because I promised it, and I have a long history with VeChain. Did you want to see something? I'm already in short feed entry for continuation short. What time frame and where are you short? 4 hour, quickly low to high, tap 2. Sweep, sweep, tap 2. This is extreme demand. If you are short, keep in mind that this could potentially be a accumulation in the making. If you are short, price to this supply, wicked into that level, wick down, low, high. Holding demand right here. Yeah, I'm not sure where you are short from, but to me, does not look too bad actually for the bullish side. Thanks everyone. I will definitely enjoy it. I believe he has leffe beer from the tap, from the top tap. So that I already know what kind of evening it will be. Yeah, so all in all, I would not look for continuation shorts if I could give my honest advice. I think this looks more bullish than bearish. Might still come back down in this demand. I think from there, you want to look for longs rather than shorts. Simply you are in extreme discount of your range, potential accumulation in the making. This is an area where you want to long, not short. So only for scalp shorts can we look for shorts, but I would not look for fresh continuation shorts here. The risk to reward is not worth it. And basically from just a range perspective, you want to long here, not short. So thanks everyone for tuning in. Maybe next time if you are here, I will do the better VeChain overview, but now I have to go. So thanks everyone for tuning in again. It's been a very good week. And yeah, happy trading. Thanks for the support and all the interactions and stuff this week. And wish you all an amazing weekend. And then we stay in touch in the Discord as always. Thanks everyone and cheers.